Absolutely everything you need to know in regards to Brock Lesnar versus Bill Goldberg at the Survivor Series. Let's talk about it. This is a video that I've wanted to make for the last 48 hours, man, and I'm glad that I did not. I wanted more information to come out about this before I even said a word. The only thing that I gave you guys was my feelings. And I let my feelings very well known to a lot of people about how I felt with the ending of this match. Goldberg, Lesnar, Survivor Series 2016. Some people are still initially shocked. And WWE is running with this, as you've seen on Monday Night Raw, and as I discussed in my Monday Night Raw review. Goldberg is the first entrant into the 2017 Royal Rumble. Don't know what's going to happen. Hearing Lesnar's going to be in the Rumble as well. We'll see what happens. But my opinion now, 48 hours plus removed from the Survivor Series, I'm a little bit more open. It's the same thing when Lesnar beat The Undertaker. When Lesnar beat The Undertaker at 30. I was shocked. And I did not agree with it. And then I understood. And I seen what WWE did with Lesnar, and I was okay with it. I was okay with it. I was not okay with this. Just like I was not okay with the Undertaker streak ending. But if WWE builds Bill Goldberg the way that they did Brock Lesnar, and something comes of this, and it's not merely for subscriptions, and it's not merely for ratings and social media buzz, I'm okay. But I'm still in the mindset that WWE and Vince McMahon fucked over a lot of what they put into this and just didn't give a shit. Just like they do everything else. They just don't give a shit. The Undertaker is WWE's greatest asset. He is their greatest creation. Excluding WrestleMania. This is Vince McMahon's fucking prized possession, is The Undertaker. The undefeated streak at WrestleMania will never be duplicated. And if it is, you, me, and everybody else that's watching WWE right now, not going to be around to see it. That's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. That's what I was upset about. And according to reports from PW Insider, a lot of people within WWE, talent and higher-ups, were upset with it as well. Because just like everything that is Brock Lesnar, and every time he's in a main event, nobody knew this ending. Nobody knew how this was going to end. The only ones who knew, Lesnar, Goldberg, Vince, Heyman. That's it. Didn't even know if Triple H knew. Didn't even know if his fucking son or daughter knew. Don't know. Don't care. Not many people knew about this ending. Could probably count them on one hand. Everybody was shocked. Still is shocked. And people were upset for the same reasons I was upset. For the same reasons you were upset. The Undertaker. They put so much into this, gave Lesnar the streak, and seemingly washed it away. But for what? Why? I got the answer for you today. Goldberg, as it comes to Survivor Series, played everything perfectly. When he first agreed to return to the WWE, there was no question that he was losing. He was losing. This was an automatic loss for Bill Goldberg. Come back, make money, wrestle for his son, goodbye. Done. Then things changed. Goldberg was happy with the money and understood. He knew that if he was one and done in WWE, it made no sense for him to win. Vince McMahon kept pushing more and more for him to agree to more dates. And Goldberg did not want it. He kept resisting. This turned into a situation of Vince McMahon wanting something that he cannot have. You know what I gotta say about that? Honestly. Vince McMahon kept pushing and pushing and pushing for Goldberg to sign, a 50-year-old Goldberg to sign. I didn't know WWE and Vince McMahon was a big fan of Bill Goldberg. This is one of WWE's, things where they take everybody that's not within the company, not homegrown, not born and raised in WWE. This was a product of WCW. Look at what they did to Sting. They put him in WrestleMania. He lost to Triple H. Now, Sting said that he wanted to do the honors to Triple H. I find that hard to believe, but regardless, he still lost at his first WrestleMania. Goldberg coming back after 12 years, I figured, you know what, they were going to make him an automatic loss no matter what the situation was, because he was not a WWE guy, never was. His relationship was tumultuous with WWE. But he knew he was losing, but Vince wanted him to sign and kept on and on and on, asking him to sign. If Vince McMahon put this much effort into signing, actual talent, legit indie talent, if WWE and Vince McMahon put this much effort into building your own talent that you have on the roster right now, like the Zanes and the Nevilles and the fucking Zigglers, the Tyler Breezes, the Apollo Cruzes, and if he put that much effort into pushing guys that should be over with this brand split, I think we'd be better off with WWE. We would be in a better place. Put more effort into fucking building your own guys. Vince McMahon seems like his priorities are only social media impressions and Twitter impressions, Instagram follows, and fucking Facebook likes, ratings, subscriptions. It comes a time and a place where, yeah, we got to do business, but you can't do business and compromise what you do on television. It doesn't make sense to me. There's a time and a place to do business. There's also a time and a place to fucking take care of your talent and respect what you've built. That's what I had a problem with. And I still have a problem with it. And a lot of people share that same sentiment. Goldberg was absolutely adamant that he would not commit until anything after the match. He wanted to see how he felt after the match with Brock Lesnar. Wrestling News World is where I'm getting this information. They reported it wasn't until the week before the match that Vince finally got Goldberg to crack under pressure and at least consider signing on for further appearances so that Vince could book the finish with knowledge of whether Bill would be back or not. With Bill concerned about how his body would feel after a grueling match, and if he'd want to risk being locked into doing more, even if his body made him feel like complete shit, Vince came up with the idea of Goldberg squashing Brock and saving the more grueling match for later on down the line, which alleviated most of Bill's concern with signing on for more appearances. It goes back to what a lot of people reported. Goldberg was not ready for this match. Goldberg was not ready for the Survivor Series. And this ended up being exactly what I said it was going to be. This was nothing but hype to generate a fucking video game, and it was nothing but hype to sell an otherwise dead concept with the Survivor Series. That Raw vs. SmackDown match was brilliant. Could have main evented the show. Nobody cared. Nobody cared about the build. The entire allure of this pay-per-view was not based on the Survivor Series concept. It was based on a 50-year-old Bill Goldberg that you brought back for X amount of dollars versus another part-timer in Brock Lesnar. That's it. It's exactly what I said it was going to be. Basically, Bill feels he has at least one more match in him. One more legit match. But won't know until after the match if it's the only match left in him. So Vince essentially punted by putting together this entire situation where Bill didn't really work a match at all at Survivor Series. He can have a limited appearance in the Royal Rumble and then save the real match for WrestleMania. Then after WrestleMania, Bill will then see how his body feels, and he'll take it from there if he wants to even continue after WrestleMania with the WWE. Once Vince McMahon presented this scenario, it was really a no-brainer for Bill to agree and extend his deal beyond Survivor Series. I mean, why wouldn't he? He's being paid big money. He's being paid to do nothing. He was paid to do nothing. 1 minute, and he made all this money. Vince McMahon gave him literally everything that anyone in this business would want. Big money, a match with Brock Lesnar at a huge pay-per-view, all the adulation and fucking recognition from fans worldwide for 1 minute. How could he turn that down? Vince knew how to get Bill Goldberg, and he did it. And he compromised everything that Brock Lesnar did for the last 2.5 years. For Bill Goldberg. That's what I have an issue with. So Vince presented all of this to Goldberg. He extended the deal. Things had been a little tense before that because Bill absolutely did not want to sign for anything until he knew and felt how his body was the day after. He feels pretty damn good now. He did absolutely nothing. Vince pitched the 1 minute match, and they were able to get a deal done quick. This is all Vince McMahon's idea. The 1 minute match, the 1 minute idea, the booking, the planning, 1 minute, all came from Vince McMahon because he wanted Bill Goldberg, and that was the only way, for whatever fucking reason he wants Bill Goldberg for an extended period of time, don't know why, he put everything on the line to get a Bill Goldberg that he compromised The Undertaker. He compromised 2.5 years of building Brock Lesnar up as a legit fucking monster that nobody could beat. For Bill Goldberg. You don't have an issue with that. Old school heads are going to be like, oh, it reminded me of old school WCW. Great. You don't watch the fucking product. Vince got people talking. Vince got people to tweet. Survivor Series was the second most trending thing on Google for the last 48 hours. The only thing that beat it out was fucking Selena Gomez and some fucking music award speech. Vince got what he wanted. He does not care about the quality of television that he's putting on. He doesn't care about storyline. He doesn't care about legacy. And he doesn't care what creative is done to build Brock Lesnar up. It was all washed away because he wanted Bill Goldberg. Right there. Don't know why. Don't know why. As for Brock Lesnar, what does Brock Lesnar think about this? Listen to this. This is going to fucking piss a lot of people off. As for Brock Lesnar, who is all business, and he couldn't care less about winning or losing. When he found out he'd be getting a pay-per-view main event for 1 minute, he was all smiles. Because he made his money. Brock Lesnar didn't care. He'll go in there 1 minute. He didn't give up. He was the happiest fucking guy on the planet. Happier than a pig in shit was Brock Lesnar. 1 minute, I'm still getting my pay. Okay. Now, we all knew that about Brock Lesnar. That's not surprising. That's not surprising whatsoever. But I'm also hearing various reports that Brock Lesnar lobbied for this as well. When it was brought to his attention, I'm hearing that Brock Lesnar really wanted this to happen as well, and he had a huge part in planning this match and how it was going to be laid out as well. And I find that very hard to believe. But Goldberg wanted to be back for the kids. He wanted to be back to create that superhero that the kids could look up to. He wanted to be over with the crowd. He got over with the crowd. He's going to remain over with the crowd because he is here for the kids to look up to. That's exactly what WWE is aiming for. So when Bill Goldberg said that, he was golden. He had the golden ticket. Goldberg might now be if this works out correctly, Goldberg might be more popular now than he was in his heyday with WWE. Because nothing this big happened to Goldberg in WCW compared to now. They might have a winning ticket. I hope that they do. I want this to make sense. I want this to make sense. Put everybody at ease who's thinking about legacy and The Undertaker and all the fucking effort you put into Brock Lesnar building him up. Make me understand this and give me a huge payoff that is going to be worthy of what you have planned here. You know? They do have money in this. They do have money in this. If everything goes as planned, with Goldberg being in the Royal Rumble, and Lesnar now rumored to be in the Royal Rumble, which I'm assuming he will be. Don't know how they go about that. If they keep him off TV if they have him come back and shed blood all over the place just to get his hands on Bill Goldberg. I don't know. But there is money in this now. Because it got people talking. You got the old school heads and everybody else that fucking hates Brock Lesnar for what he is. They're all happy. Right? They're going to watch the rematch regardless because their man won. Everybody like me and everybody who's on the side of the fence with legacy and how could you do this and how can you abandon everything you did for the last 3 years with Brock Lesnar. We're going to be interested now more so than we were in the first match because we want to see Bill Goldberg get his fucking ass kicked. We want to see Brock Lesnar shed blood. So they might have a winning formula. I just hope that by the time we get to WrestleMania, because you know how WWE is with these long-term storyline planning, that they don't really do that all that well. WWE books week to week on the fly. Scripts are still being written as the shows are airing live on the fucking on USA Network. Plans are always changing. If they have something in mind here, it better be well thought out and planned. I want it to be a huge payoff. Don't know where they're going with this, but I hope it works out. According to other sources, Brock gave them the green light. Brock gave his okay to Vince McMahon for this to happen. Because he's friends with Goldberg. He knew that there was money in this. He wanted Bill Goldberg to look as strong as possible. And he did this because not only is he friends with Bill Goldberg in real life, but he wants to see this entire thing succeed. You know? I do believe deep down that Brock Lesnar cares about what he's doing. If I was a betting man, I would put money down that Lesnar cares about what he does on television. He cares about how he's perceived. He cares about the business. He's not only there for money. The majority of what Lesnar does is for the money, but if he was willing to do this for Bill Goldberg because he sees money in it and he was okay with what Vince McMahon was presenting to him, that's a tough thing to do. That's a tough thing to do for someone like Brock Lesnar. You don't think Brock Lesnar knew what he had been through for the last 2.5 years? How could you say, all right, you know what? We got a thing going here. We got something big here. I'm okay with it. To lay down in a minute after everything that he's done? Maybe Lesnar and Goldberg know what they have here, and Vince has a vision. I just hope it pays off. Otherwise, WWE is going to be fucking sleeping in their own shit. Because if it fails, they've abandoned so much for a 50-year-old return of Bill Goldberg. You know? People are going to watch. I understand people are going to watch. I'm a little bit more receptive to it now than I was Sunday night. People will watch. Because there's people like me now who want to see Lesnar get his revenge. And the little kids looking up to Goldberg, their new hero, the new beast, went into Suplex City and burned that motherfucker straight to the ground. Those little kids, their hero, Goldberg, they're going to watch to see if he does it again. And they're going to watch the Rumble to see if he fucks over Lesnar again. And they're going to watch WrestleMania. And everybody's going to watch WrestleMania to see if he does it again. And to see how he is compared to 2 days ago and April. Is he going to be better off? Is he going to have proper training? Is he going to have proper, gym sessions and fucking training to get back into ring shape? When he wasn't ready on Sunday, will he be ready in April? I hope so. I hope so, man. This is all business, I understand that, but there comes a time and a place where you got to fucking put legacy and what you've done creatively ahead of business. It's a tough pill to swallow to see everything just washed away. Where WWE is right now, it sucks to see. They have no new talent. They're not building any new stars, and this is a common issue every single year. They are not building new stars. They put so much effort into Bill Goldberg, and they're neglecting half of their roster. I know for a fact, the way my video came off and perceived with all the likes and the comments and the views, a lot of people are agreeing with me. And I know I'm not the only one who felt that way and still feels that way. But I'm a little bit more receptive to everything now. But that is the latest on Goldberg, Lesnar, how it came about. It was Vince McMahon's idea. Brock gave the okay. It's there. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Are you still upset? Do you see a future for this? Do you see WWE hitting a home run with this storyline, this angle? Let me know. Is it going to be different compared to WrestleMania 20 and the build that happened there? Can they right the ship? How would you do it? How would you book Lesnar for the Royal Rumble? How would you book Lesnar and Goldberg in the Royal Rumble? How would you get them to WrestleMania? Let me know down below. Sound off. It's your forum, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. I'll be back tonight with Lucha Underground and NXT. Until then, I'm JD, and I'll see you guys later.